Listen to this video.
Excuse my parents, I just got out of my workout, but I love this question because I grew up in church and I heard this my entire life and I was just like, and I did not know what denying your own flesh means. So what does it mean? It means that if I want to do something sinful, there's a way that God calls us to live. He calls us to live in purity. He calls us to treat others right. He calls us to not live in drunkenness. It's all in the Bible. The second that I want to do those things, which would be committing sin, it is a conscious decision to not go against God. It's a conscious decision to not go off and sin. It is denying my fleshly desires that my sinful human nature wants to go do and choosing God instead. This is actually what changed my life. This is actually in the beginning of me following Jesus. As I was reading the Gospels, I started in Matthew, and I remember reading how Jesus was telling his people to live, and I read it so slow and took it line by line, and I looked at my life and said, like, am I doing this, or am I doing the complete opposite? And so it was a conscious decision that was a process. It's still a process, but it's a daily thing where I don't just deny my flesh one time and then I go on my Christian way. It's every single morning I have to wake up and resurrender my life to Jesus and make a conscious decision in the moment, and making a plan beforehand if I know I'm going into tempestuous environments, and deciding that I'm going to choose Jesus. Here's a concept that really helped me too, because I think it can feel weird to deny yourself, because especially when you're first coming into Christianity or really getting serious about, your sinful nature, because you're yourself. And so it's like, why would I go against myself? But here's how I look at it. It's like our souls and our spirit, if you have the Holy Spirit living within you, they're residents of heaven. Like, they're not residents on earth. Like, when we die, our flesh and our human body is going to deteriorate. It is only a resident of earth. And so those two things conflict. We have our soul and our spirit that are going to go to heaven and live with God, God willing, if you have your faith in Jesus. And then we have our flesh, which is a resident of earth. And so those two things clash on a daily basis. Our flesh doesn't care about eternal being. It does not care about being eternal. It does not care about the afterlife. It is a resident of earth. And so when our convictions are coming forth and the Holy Spirit is communicating to us like, hey, you're about to sin, your flesh is saying, just do it. Who cares? Because it does not care, because it does not go with you to heaven. And so that concept really helped me be like, okay, there's a very real battle going on here between my flesh and my spirit. And when you choose your spirit, when you choose eternal things, when you choose God's way, you will see the change in your life. You will see Jesus for all that he is. And you'll also believe him, because all the things that he says happens in the Bible that bring you peace and joy actually come to life. But I wasn't aware of that battle most of my life, of the flesh and the spirit. And so I just chose myself because I'm me. Does that make sense?